Welcome to HR Tuesday Tips with the Millers. Today we're going to be focusing on the final segment of the overtime rule and regulation implementation strategies. And today we're going to talk about communication pieces. And I think we all realize communication with employees is always important, but especially when there are changes, especially with this kind of impact. So Lori, can you speak to what we should begin with, at least with employees to begin with?
Absolutely, because now that you've gone through the process and you've identified what you can and cannot do and what's going to work for your organization, then it's really critical to have formal communication with your employee through face-to-face and also written communication. And you're like, what do I need to include? And so I always tell my organizations that I'm working with, and also when I'm doing training, is to remember your 6 W's of effective communication. And I'm going to give you what that is. And if you remember that, all you have to do is fill in your talking points, and then you can figure out when I'm delivering this information, will it be in group communication format, will I send out written communication, or will it be a combination of both? So with your 6 W's of effective communication, the who is going to be impacted? What are the details, the specifics? The when is it occurring? You got your who, what, when, where in our organization is it going to be impacted? And then the why is it happening? Giving specifics, giving them the information, and last but not least, the how, the W's at the end. How will people be impacted? And this is really critical because they're going to want to know how this is impacting them. And there's going to be some sensitivity issues with this. So once you communicate all of that information, hopefully you can answer their questions and make sure that you are giving them all the facts that they need to know.
Of course, this changes a lot for the supervisors too, because again, as I mentioned in the last segment, they're used to kind of letting these employees go and be flexible, and now they have to pull in the reins and know a little bit more about how to manage their time.
Absolutely. So you got to communicate the information to all of your employees, but then who is going to play a critical role to make sure that there's accountabilities in place and employees are understanding how this is going to impact them. They're going to have specific questions. So with your managers, I encourage organizations to do some type of formal management training with all of the individuals in the organization that are serving in a leadership capacity. A couple key things you need to address during that training program. Sensitivity issues, because people are going to be sensitive about this, especially if they feel that they're losing something as a result. So sensitivity training. Number 2, having crucial conversations. I just developed a brand new training program for some of my clients. How do we have difficult conversations, crucial conversations? You need to teach them how to do that. And thirdly, accountability. What are the practices that they need to put in place to make sure your organization is in compliance, and what are they going to be able to do and not do as a result of this? So I can't stress enough the communication piece as you're figuring out the legalities of what you need to do, and then putting both formal and informal mechanisms in place to keep everyone involved.
Okay, so I think that gets them well on their way to trying to comply with this important law. Again, if you need any help with any of it, you know how to reach out to us, and we'll look forward to hearing from you if you need us.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm Lori Miller.
I'm Janine Miller.
And thank you for joining us today. Sit back, relax, we got this.